From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Happy Monday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather NorCal. You know, the winds over the weekend, especially on Saturday, they're going to be sticking around for some of us a little bit. The winds are a little bit breezy, especially for the foothills east of the valley. Parts of the valley still a bit breezy this morning, but they should relax later today, and then they're no longer an issue. So weaker winds and warmer to start the week. I do expect dry and mild conditions through most of the week, most likely through Thursday. But by Friday, yeah, showers, maybe some mountain snow, and this wet weather pattern that we're expecting to see return may stick around for a while. Now, at this point, I'm not expecting a ton of rain or a ton of snow. Most of the rain will be on the coast, but it's going to be some wet weather nonetheless. Of course, some cooler temperatures along with that as well. More on all of that a little bit later, but let's get you through Krueger's Quickcast here for your Monday, January 27th, for just a quick look at the forecast for the day and getting you out the door here this morning. Temperatures, teens, 20s for the higher elevations, around 40, upper 30s to low 40s in the valley at 8 o'clock this morning. And for the north coast, it's cold. I mean, you're dropping down to the low 30s this morning. But a couple of things to point out here in the satellite image. Big ridge of high pressure. That's what's keeping us sunny. That's what's keeping us a little bit more warmer, that is, this morning, this afternoon, that is. And then area of low pressure, Southern California, bringing them some much needed rainfall. So certainly a welcome sight there. It'd be nice if we could get in on some of that, but no need to worry because eventually that will happen. Now, again, the winds, as I mentioned, a little breezy, especially off in the foothills and even the parts of the valley still seeing some of those gusty winds too. But by 6 o'clock this evening, most of those winds will die down, so subsiding through the day and then going into your Tuesday morning, still fairly calm winds. A little breezy at 10 to 15 miles per hour, but certainly nothing what we saw this past weekend. Temperatures low to mid-60s in the valley today, 30s, 40s for the higher elevations, and we've got those mid-50s. All of Northern California under those sunny skies. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook. We'll start off with the valley. Those temperatures basically in the upper 50s to low 60s here after today. There's the showers coming in Friday, and again, that off and on chance will continue here through the weekend. Taking a look at the coast, inland, and for Trinity County, we'll get to that here. We're going to advance the map. There it is. Temperatures low to mid-50s. There are those showers on Friday, off and on all the way through the weekend. Now for Weaverville, Trinity County, you've got those snow levels around 3,500 feet to start off, probably climbing up to about 4,000 feet by Saturday, Sunday. Timing, intensity of all of this rain and snow levels, that's all going to be changing as we get closer to the weekend. But you get the idea. It's dry through most of the week, and then of course that wet weather is going to return here by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. If that's all you needed, hey, have a great day. If you need more and want to get into the deeper dive, especially as we start looking at that chance for rain, let's get into that here. But first, I want to remind you, there is a free Weather NorCal app. Just go to your iPhone App Store or the Google Play Store on your Android. Search for Weather NorCal. Right there where it says that. Look for that logo right here. Click install, and it's all 100% free. Everything you need there, right there on your phone. All right, so again, we start off with the satellite image. Big dome of high pressure. You see that arc in the clouds? That's the ridge of high pressure. That's keeping us dry. That's keeping us sunny. But again, there's that area of low pressure producing some of that rain. By the way, that low pressure is also what's responsible for the winds that we saw over the weekend. And still a bit breezy for some of us, especially east of the foothills and even parts of the valley. But as I mentioned earlier, those winds are dying down later today, taking you through the day on Tuesday. 5 to 10 miles per hour, no big deal. How about Wednesday? Same situation. Don't expect those winds to pick up anytime soon, at least at this point. Cooler than normal conditions are expected in the long range for Northern California. And how about this? Yes, wetter than normal conditions. So let's take a look at what's happening. First and foremost, again, this low pressure to our southeast, this high pressure to our west, that is what gave us those gusty winds, and still a bit breezy for some of us here to start off the day. But as this all shifts eastward, we see the winds die down, temperatures staying on the mild side. We're still looking at plenty of sunshine in the forecast here, as this big ridge of high pressure pretty much remains the dominant feature through the middle of the week. Now you'll notice what we've got here as we go into your Thursday into Friday. There it is, that chance for some rain coming in Friday. I think we'll be dry through Thursday for everyone. Then by Friday, there are the showers coming in. Another round of rain possibly coming in on Saturday. But what you'll notice here, nothing terribly organized, not a ton of rainfall coming in. But as we go into Sunday, maybe a better chance for some of that rain moving in. You'll notice we're seeing some characteristics of maybe a weak atmospheric river. We'll get into that here in a second. Colder air to our north, we're going to have to watch to see if that eventually swings down to the south. But bottom line, we are starting to see more of a wet weather pattern begin to move in. This is looking at what we call the moisture content, how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Very dry air. See the brown? That's what we're dealing with right now. Right here is where all that moisture is. You start getting into more of that moisture as you start getting the yellows, oranges, and reds. So let's take you through time through this week here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's advance back. All right, here we go. Now let's take you through time. There we go. All right, so this is what we've got our eyes on. And look what happens as we go into Friday. There it is. Now, again, this is a very weak atmospheric river. Most of that moisture is right here, but the flow then kind of starts to kind of bring some of it here into Northern California. So that's the moisture source, at least, that we've got coming in for Friday. And then Saturday, we still have that nice flow coming in. People call it the Pineapple Express, Coconut Connection, whatever it is you want to call it. A weak atmospheric river is going to be pointed at us, and that's going to be that moisture source as we go through the weekend as well. Looks like that shifts a little bit to the south. Things may try to dry out as we go into Monday, but still a slight chance even into Monday. All right, look at the lake levels here. We're still looking pretty good. We've been watching Shasta Lake drop over the last couple of weeks. We were at, I think, at 127%. Of the historical average. Now we're down to 119, but still doing quite well when we look at the historical average. And the capacity looks pretty good, 75 to 78%. I've actually seen Shasta Lake increase a little bit here, a little bit of that trickle with a slight drop for Trinity Lake. How about that ski report? Again, we're seeing that summit out at Mount Shasta Ski Park, seeing that drop as far as the amount of snow, but we still have snow up there. Things are looking pretty good here, looking at 100% open out at the Mount Shasta Ski Park. Certainly some good news there. All right, taking a look at the wave heights for today. Hey, not that bad, right? Especially when you think about what we saw, especially on Saturday. Let's take you through the day on Tuesday. You're actually not seeing much change there. So looking at your marine forecast for your Monday, yeah, the winds from the northeast at 5 knots. There's your waves, your high, your low tide, and of course there are no advisories in the forecast after that gale warning we saw for Friday night. All right, here's what we have with your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mid to upper 50s for your daytime highs. Dry through Thursday. Of course, that chance for some wet weather by Friday and through the weekend. And that is the case for everyone. Dry through Thursday with those showers coming in Friday. Today, you're looking at 59 for Gas Key, 57 degrees for Orleans, and 57 degrees in Willow Creek. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures there generally mid-40s. Some of the warmer spots like Happy Camp about 54, 51 degrees for Dunsmuir. We take you out to Modoc County where temperatures around Tule Lake 43, 42 for California Pines, 45 in Alturas, and pretty chilly out in Cedarville today, only getting up to about 38 degrees for that daytime high. And for the Eastern Mountains, 40 degrees out in Janesville, 43 for Susanville, 54 degrees in Shingletown and Paradise. Yeah, not a bad day with a high of about 60 degrees. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Wolgamith Painting. Your temperatures are going to be in the low 60s for your high. 64 degrees in Corning, 63 for Durham, and 62 degrees in Biggs. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for Chico. Here you've got those temperatures in the low 60s today and tomorrow, upper 50s Wednesday, Thursday, low to mid 50s here as we go into the weekend. All right, we take you up to the north now. You can see Redding, a high of about 64. That's also the case for Palo Cedro, Cottonwood, 63 in Red Bluff. There's your Red Bluff 7-day forecast as those temperatures do drop as we get toward the end of the week. And of course, that wet weather. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. You've got those temperatures low to mid 60s pretty much through this week. Of course, cooling off slowly as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and back in the 50s by Friday through the weekend. Of course, the showers coming in as early as Friday, and more wet weather off and on through the weekend. That's your morning update. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back again this afternoon right at noon. Have a great morning.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.